going on, people? It's your boy Tops back again, live for a Top Sorts Transfers show, talking about all things Arsenal and other clubs. Man, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, all of that good stuff. So yeah, let's get into it, man. Obviously, Arteta came out and said Arsenal are short of numbers, man. Arsenal need more players. Now, again, I don't know if this is a red herring. I'm not sure. Doesn't mean Arsenal need more players on the back of getting Gyökeres and Mosquera, or does it mean they need more players and more players are going to be coming in with Gyökeres and Mosquera coming in? Big up Mayhem, he says SMYW, Gordon Ramsay 2025. Not really sure what that means, but big up yourself every single time. Anyway, so yeah, obviously, let me get into this article real quick, man, just saying what Arteta already said in the press conference. You guys want to say, Mikel Arteta said Arsenal are short on numbers and are looking to improve the depth and quality. Now, like I said, I'm not too sure yet before I get excited about him even saying this. And also, as well, we've seen in the likes in the past where he said certain things about him wanting strikes and stuff, doesn't really guarantee and translate into Arsenal actually making those deals. He goes on to say, Arteta said that Arsenal are short on numbers and are looking to improve depth and quality of the squad. Now, he's definitely right with that because, again, like I said, even though obviously last season we kind of operated into like a one-in, one-out policy, we didn't end up getting the likes of Calafiori and Mikel Merino over the line until we sold the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, Ramsdale. Like, these are kind of the guys, even Fabio Vieira on loan, he went on loan. So these kind of guys had to be moved on before we actually got guys in. And when you actually deep it in terms of this summer window, it's kind of been the same when you think about it. The likes of Partey and Jorginho, their contract ran out, so they're not going to be part of the squad. Raheem Sterling and Neto, their loan expired, so they're going back to their parent clubs. So that's 4 players on the off. Then you obviously filter in Tomiyasu, his contract got terminated. So again, he's another player where you look at and thinking, wow, another player that obviously was not part of the team, not part of the squad because he was always injured, but he's someone off the books officially as well. That's 5 players we've actually got rid of. So the fact that, again, it looks like we've got 4 players in, it's already kind of to replace the players that we've actually got rid of, to be fair. When you look at the likes of Kepa replacing Neto, then you've got Mosquera replacing Tomiyasu, Zubimendi and Norgard replacing Jorginho and Partey, and then Madueke replacing Sterling. So in terms of numbers-wise, they're exactly the same numbers we were last season. So that is very, very key and crucial here in terms of actually understanding where we need to be as a club in terms of getting more players through the door. Just because, again, you know what kind of season you're going to be having. We're in the Champions League again. It's going to be 8 games. Premier League games are going to be very high intense. If you want to try and do well in the cups, that's extra games as well there. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on in terms of obviously getting those kind of players in. So the Gunners have been pretty busy in the transfer market and have completed deals for Martin Zubimendi, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Christian Norgard, and Noni Madueke for a total of £123.5 million. Also, they're in negotiations to obviously sign Victor Gyökeres and to bring in young defender Christian Mosquera in from Valencia. Obviously, Victor Gyökeres' transfer fee is £63.5 million. So he's going to go over the 200 million mark, probably 205, 206 million pounds when it comes to this kind of signings, man. So that's a lot of money already. That is a lot of money already. Big up Mayhem says hi. Big up yourself. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you've not already. There's also been hoping to finalise a deal for the Swedish international Gyökeres and include him on the pre-season tour, but the transfer is yet to be completed. Although Arteta has not ruled out new signings joining them in Asia now, it does look like Mosquera is going to be the guy that's going to be joining first. Because, again, I don't know why he wasn't on the plane anyway, but it's one of those ones where there was a kind of conflicting reports with people saying that it was the medical that he failed or the medical that had some issues, and then people saying he's passed the medical. It's something to do with Valencia accepting the documents to really kind of, put the transfer in completion. So, yeah, apparently, according to reports, that should be getting over the line done in the next couple of games. So he should be on the tour on the plane to Singapore to obviously complete in the tour. So that's one player added to the list. And then, yeah, the Victor Gyökeres deal still not being officially completed. Now, again, we've seen in the past 2 weeks, there's been no real kind of progress in the week. In the week, there's no kind of process. It's just people saying about add-ons and stuff like that. A lot of people are hoping during this weekend just gone, you're going to hear some kind of progress in terms of Arsenal ready to give him down for a medical. Obviously, that wasn't the case. Still nothing. So I doubt you're going to hear anything this week about Gyökeres. Probably towards the end of the week, maybe. Because, again, apparently they're part of the stock exchange. They don't want their value of their club to go down. So there's no kind of confirmation of obviously players coming in and out until the weekend when the stock market is closed, and that's when they can announce departures, etc., and it won't affect their value as a obviously traded obviously football team. So yeah, I won't hold my breath now. And again, it's looking very unlikely he's going to be on the Asian tour now, because again, if he has to complete his medical this time next week, for example, that means you're going into obviously the tour in Hong Kong, where we've got Spurs, I think, on the Thursday. Him not even travelled yet. Does it make much sense for him to go travelling all the way there? Probably not even play, because again, he wouldn't have trained with the team yet. He wouldn't have known obviously any of the players are all out there. It's kind of a mess, man. So you end up letting him stay in London, and then the team comes back, and then that's probably the official way you're announcing. So yeah, man, I can't really say it's been great, but it is one of those ones for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Mr. Val Red. It says big up Timothy up in Tops, bro. Big up yourself, brother. Hope you're well. Big up Darren Martin as always, man. Big up Tots, my brother. What's going on, bro? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Make sure you guys smash up the like button on the video, man. I said Tops the blue, you know, crazy. But yeah, obviously going back to what I was saying. Yeah, it looks like Gyökeres. It looks like Gyökeres might not be on the tour, which is very disappointing, man. I'll be honest, man. I feel like again it was very crucial to get him on that tour. Especially because we're gonna be playing a different style with him up front, man. There's no way we're gonna be playing how we play with Kai Havertz. There are different types of strikers. He's more of a finisher. He can run the channels as well. He's very strong as well. But again, he needs balls into space constantly. Now it's gonna be difficult to try and navigate that, especially when a team has got a low block. So we're gonna have to work our way around him playing in a team that dominates possession. Because again, Sporting did play a lot on transition, and that's when he found his most joy. That is obviously easy to see. Look at the type of goals he scores when he's running through on goal. Not to say that Arsenal don't get a load of transition opportunities. We're just terrible at executing them. Martinelli himself, I can remember against Bournemouth, he had a one-on-one. Atlanta, he had a one-on-one. Spurs, he had a one-on-one. PSG had a one-on-one, and he missed them all. So, again, that just goes to prove, that's just off the top of my head. I'm sure we've had a plethora of other one-on-ones. I know Sterling had a one-on-one against Southampton, and he missed it as well. So there is opportunities where, even against these low block teams or teams that are obviously not as good as us, there is opportunities in the game where they do push up and you can catch them out. And it's just whether you can be very clinical in those kind of opportunities. And we've not been at all. Even the game on the last day of the season, that clip I've seen a couple of weeks ago about Martinelli running through on the left-hand side. And if he has a better touch and a bit more strength, he can make that into an opportunity himself. But again, he doesn't really know where he's going and he kind of runs it out of play. So, yeah, it's one of those ones where we definitely have to improve for sure. But I feel like, again, for me, it's going to be massively important for him to be integrated into the team as soon as possible. Big up Vidic, man, in the building. Says Mbuemo, it's 1-0 to United. What start to the season for Amarin and Mbuemo? Obviously practicing his start of the season kind of commentary when Man United face Arsenal. We shall see, man. Listen, I think, again, Man United definitely do have some more work to do in terms of their squad. You've got two great players in Nkundia and Mbuemo, but I don't think it's going to be necessary in terms of, or I think you're going to need a bit more than that in terms of if you're going to have a good season for sure, man. But we shall see. We got Carlos, who says 1 week ago it was reported that Gyökeres deal was agreed. On the same day, they tried to say this Gyökeres news got more traction than our Club World Cup. Where is he, blood? 1 week of being world champions. Oh, my days. I don't know where he is, man. I don't know where he is, to be honest with you, bro. Again, I feel like Sporting Lisbon's president is trying to haggle over the deal. There is reports that they're trying to get in a replacement in. I think Luis Suarez, not the one from Liverpool or Barcelona. I know that Luis Suarez is a striker. They're trying to bid for him, try and get him over the line as a replacement before they then allow Gyökeres to complete his move. That's one of the rumours there. I think the add-on thing is kind of things that obviously people are saying at the moment in the media, but I don't think that's definite for sure. I think, again, people are in the media are like, well, what's taking so long? They're just saying, and so they're just kind of repeating the same thing. I don't think they've got any new information from last week. So they're just assuming it's going to be the add-on things. But I definitely think now it's because of the replacement, man. I think they're not going to let him go until they've got a replacement sorted. We've seen stuff like this happen before. When we tried to get Lacazette, it was a similar thing with Leon. I can't remember who the replacement was at the time, but they won't let him go until they got a replacement. And we've seen it loads of times with teams unofficially saying that we're going to get a replacement first before we end up selling you this guy. So it's very frustrating, obviously, and you would want this deal to be wrapped up before pre-season, but doesn't look like he's going to do, man. Doesn't look like he's going to do. But yeah, man, big up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys like all the video and subscribe. I said, Vidic dreaming. Listen, Vidic, this is what Vidic is like, bro. Vidic, he talks a good game, man. He told me that he was going to beat Spurs in the Europa League final. And here we are. Here we are, bro. They didn't beat Spurs in the Europa League final, so he can talk a good game for sure. Big up Boy 10. Come on, bro. What you telling me, man? It's Man United fans are too much. They want nothing. They're talking like anyone cares. At least Carlos can get trophies to come flaunt. Yeah, that's very, very true. I mean, Vidic and obviously Korean. I haven't seen Korean in a minute, bro. I hope he's all right, man. Big up Korean every single time. Since that crash out, bro, I've not seen him in a while, bro. And obviously him and Carlos going bar for bar. He's not been back. So, yeah. Hopefully he's good. It says, why am I hearing we are still in a race to sign Gyökeres? I thought he was going to Arsenal already. Yeah, man, that was false. Obviously, I did it on my earlier show in the morning. Yeah, that was false, that claim. Obviously, it was just reports in Portugal. I feel like, again, it could be Sporting trying to get Arsenal to pay the money, if that's the case. Or it just could be, again, traction's low. That's just part of the story that Man United are in for them. Yeah, and it got dismissed by all the English journalists and Fabrizio Romano as well, saying that there's not been any contact, between Man United and Gyökeres. They're still trying to go after Sesko. I think Nicholas Jackson is another one as well on the list, and Ollie Watkins for Manchester United. So Man United, man, I think for them, they're trying to focus on, obviously, I think they've completed the Mbeumo deal now. Then potentially they have to try and get rid of some players, man, because again, the likes of Marcus Rashford looks like he's only going out on a loan. So you'd assume they're going to have to try and sell some other players. Maybe Sancho they can get fee for, and then needs another one. Try and make room so they can get in a quality striker, because it'd be interesting to see how much they actually spend during this transfer window, especially if they want a goalkeeper as well. They're looking at a midfielder too. So a lot of money to be spending without being in the Champions League. And they weren't in it last season either. So, yeah, very interesting, man. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's have a look. Obviously, it goes on to say Manchester United hold talks with Chelsea's star agent as new signing completes medical. So the new star is going to be, or the Chelsea star is going to be Nicholas Jackson. The Manchester United have held talks with Nicholas Jackson's agent as they explore a summer move for Chelsea striker. With Brian Mbeumo completing his medical ahead of this transfer. So yeah, this is going to be potentially another move for Manchester United fans. I don't know how you guys are going to think about that, because yeah, Nicholas Jackson again can flat to deceive at times. So going to be very interesting to see if you actually go through with that deal. Money's doing where's it? Gyökeres like where's Wally blood? Listen, man, where is this guy, bro? Where is this guy? I need Gyökeres to drag on to deadline day. You're mad. Now that should get done. I mean, I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks, but it should get done within the next week or so. When Sporting get their replacement, there is literally no excuses now for this deal to drag up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, again, but yeah, obviously Fabrizio did tout that the final details should be done this week for their replacement to come in. So I think, and like I said, the whole stock exchange thing is probably legit. We've only heard updates on obviously 2 Sundays, the last 2 Sundays bar this one just gone. So I reckon it's going to take the week for them to get the replacement done. And then after that, they'll probably just announce next weekend that he's on his way to having a medical, etc., etc. So, yeah. But it is dragging. I can't even lie. My big up boy, he said these men really think they have a shot at Gyökeres without us losing interest. LOL. Big up yourself, boy. He says Daily Gyökeres is the new Daily Dusan. Yeah, man, this is like the new update, which is not even an update. It's just kind of a where is this guy kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Big up Carlos says Chelsea winning Korean summer, man. Listen, I'm not seeing him back. He needs to answer the allegations, man. He needs to come back. I thought he'd be gassed with the Mbeumo deal getting over the line, 71 mil or whatnot. Obviously, their team played on Saturday. I think the score was 0-0 or something. I've seen a load of fans on social media not happy with their performance, saying their midfield still washed. Well, I don't understand what they expected. They thought they were going to get one player with the same manager and the same group of players at that rate. And all of a sudden, it's going to be amazing, man. Optimism, it's crazy, bro. It just like gives people an amnesia of what their actual team is about. So, yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But we'll see how they get on. Obviously, there's still time for them to add players before the Arsenal game. So, yeah. Big up Vintage says, I'm not being delusional. I always speak the truth. Hold it, you bums. We shall see, bro. I mean, again, you didn't win that Europa League. I'm still waiting, man. You told me you were going to as well. Still wishing we got Sesko there. Still wishing we got Sesko, man. He cannot go to United. Oh, you're a Sesko guy. I was a Gyökeres guy, man. So, I mean, for me, again, it'd be very interesting to see if they can afford him. Because if they were saying they wanted 90 million euros from us, can they then pay 90 million euros for him without any kind of massive, obviously, outgoings? Again, Bruno's going to be staying now. So that 100 million euros that the potential we're going to get from Saudi, they can't get that now. So, again, they're probably going to have to look to try and sell some of those kind of deadwood players and try and build up some kind of fee for them, because it's going to be very difficult for them to spend, in my opinion. I mean, they could still do it, but it's going to be very difficult for them to spend, because this will be one of the biggest summers they've spent without Champions League than they did when they were in the Champions League. So already 71 on Embuemo, 62 on Cunha. They're looking at a new keeper, potentially getting a new CM as well. So a lot of money, man, without any kind of real kind of outgoing players that you can sell for massive money. Sancho is being touted for a £25 million move to Juventus. So they might get that much for that. Rashford's an option to buy, not and that's only 30 million euros apparently. So yeah, they're not going to get that much money for the players that they want to get rid of, in my opinion. So it's going to be a lot of net spend, man. Man, them can't even win a preseason Leeds game. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, man. These men spent how much on Amos? Flopsy is crazy work, bro. They spent a lot, man. I mean, £72 million on Erasmus, and I think he was like 40 for Zertsky, man. So yeah, it's crazy numbers for sure. Sesko's goal catalogue is delicious. No, very good, man, very good. But I just don't think he was what we needed at the time. But we'll see if he comes to the Prem, if he's actually. I still think he's a decent player, but how much goals he will get in the Prem, you just don't know, man. You just don't know. He might burst into life like Isak did. It's just very hard to judge, to be honest with you. Just depends what kind of team he's in, what kind of formation, do they play to his strengths, etc. So there's a lot of variables for sure. Big up Darren says United cannot afford Sesko. I'm struggling to see how they do it, unless Leipzig get worried because they need the money and they put their price down. Obviously, because when it gets towards the end of the market, the 90 million euros that they were obviously quoting Arsenal to pay, they might soften their stance, say, you know what, we'll let him go for 70 million with add-ons or whatever, which will obviously be a significant drop. So maybe that point, but even then, man, it's a lot of money for them to spend if they obviously are not selling some players going out the other way. Big up boy says your stadium is looking right infestation. The chicken gets served raw. Ineos don't know what they're doing. You still come into the ops channel with a question mark. Big up boy, bro, every single time. I said Sesko scored like 10 goals in the Bundesliga last season. Yeah, I think he got 13 or something, 13 goals. So yeah, not really that impressive if I'm being honest, bro. But again, people say that watch the Bundesliga say he was playing more like a second striker behind I can't remember his name now. That plays up front, man. But yeah, more of a second striker really. So but I don't know, man. I don't know. What's an overhyped PR merchant says says Vidic. Sesko scored more goals than the guy who's playing as the main striker at Leipzig. Yeah, I can't remember his name now. Is it Apina? I think it is. Yeah, I don't, because I remember the season before. I think Apina got like 26 goals or something, and then last season just kind of fell off proper. So it's mad. It's all mad, man. Pick up everyone in the building, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you've not. Mayhem says Colin is a blade. Boy said, you know what? Actually, it's all right. You don't want Sesko, even better. Keep it that way. As a Carlos equals biggest fan, Arsenal fan out. Anfield, I'm going to enroll you into the placekeeper summer. Oh my god. Flip it out. That's crispy. Big up boys says tell me all about Cunha as the season unfolds, bro. I will be here for the roller coaster. Yeah, listen, it's going to be interesting to see how we. I've seen one clip. Obviously, I didn't see the game. I've seen one clip on Twitter that he's going to turn for a shot, and then Chino Obi like took the ball from him, and he like hit it wide or whatever, and they were arguing. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how he kind of integrates into the team. Still a very good player though. But I'm curious to see if they play him in the number 9 or in the 10. Obviously, they play 2 10s and a 9 normally. So very interesting, man. Very interesting. But we shall see with Manchester United for sure. Liverpool signed 90 million, paid 90 million for a striker who scored 15 goals in the Bundesliga last season. I'm just saying, you and yet you bums say we overpay. Listen, I think Liverpool situation. I mean, it is a lot of money. I can't even argue it. It is a lot of money. But I think Liverpool situation a little bit different because they've got a proven goal scorer to come in. So even if Nketiah doesn't hit the ground running, they've still kind of got a little bit of faith within him because they don't really need him to hit the ground running as much as maybe if Salah left, by the way, or something like that, for example, because then you haven't got any kind of guaranteed goal through. You know, Salah's probably going to get, at worst, maybe like 18, 19 Premier League goals. At worst, that's probably his worst tally I think he's actually had. I think he's got like 18 or 19. At best, you've seen what he did last season. He got 29 before. He's got 32 before. Not to say he's going to get that again, but again, he gets into that kind of range. He's probably going to get like 20 to 25 probably still next season as well. Even if it's a little bit less than obviously the season just gone. So with that being said, all you need at Ekitike really for the first couple of seasons is to get just improve his goal tally, man. If he can get 10, 12, 13, 14 and contribute for them winning another title, then it'll suffice. If not, then yeah, obviously people will have questions because the price mark is a lot. And if you get something like 8 goals, people are like, what the hell are we bought here? But I think you do well, man. I think even though it's not the finished article, I think you can definitely put him into certain obviously positions and stuff like that. And I think he'll definitely score some goals for you. Looks very technical as well, man, in terms of his dribbling and obviously his 1-2 touch play. So yeah, very, 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 very true. Carlos of Arsenal, Thompson of Chelsea, Kurt loves Man U, Vidic loves Man City, and Colin loves the Blades. Your delusion at Anfield, which Bundesliga striker did Liverpool sign. Nketiah, my bro. Nketiah, I think that has been confirmed by David Ornstein. I think that they've agreed a fee. I think it's £69 million now and 79 overall with add-ons, depending on obviously if they hit the add-ons as well. Which again is again a lot of money for, like you said, he's only actually had obviously the 1 season at Frankfurt, so he's not got a load of history of scoring loads of goals. But yeah, again, that's the market at the minute, bro. That's the market at the minute. Any kind of young striker, you're gonna have to pay an X amount for, unfortunately. So yeah, that's just how it goes. I think that was here we go. Liverpool reached an agreement with Frankfurt to sign Hugo Nketiah, 79 million, 69 million fixed, 10 million bonuses based on success for Liverpool, 23-year-old forward, below the 95 million euro that obviously Leipzig targeted. SGE targeted 6-year contract. Medical then will join the tour. So yeah, that seems like it's all done, man. Seems like it's all done. But yeah, crazy. Big up Vidic. Big up Mayhem says Vidic. I can't be delusional. I don't support Man U. Nketiah confirmed. I said it's over, guys. It's been over, bro. Watch the Liverpool Stoke highlights where it's on fire. Did you see the Sky graphic comparing Nketiah and Isak? Yeah, I did see that, bro. I did see that, man. That was outrageous, man. That was nasty work, you know. I've never seen, yeah. And the thing is as well, bro, like I've seen comparisons with like defenders and they dash in goals. I've seen like with like Gabriel and stuff like that. They've dashed in goals. It's like the defenders, bro. You shouldn't really put that in, but I can see why it's an overall stat. To have strikers that are their literal abilities to score goals and not putting goals is crazy. But yeah, I think they were trying to, because obviously with the stats comparing, a lot of them favoured Nketiah, and it's like, yo, what are you trying to do here? What are you trying to insinuate, guys? Like, what, Nketiah is better than Isak? Let's not do that. Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. It's mad. They simp for Liverpool bad. Michael Jackson bad, bro. Oh, nah. Listen, man, that's crazy work. Whoever put that graphic together, crazy work. How can you have a graphic between 2 strikers and not put goals as that should be the first one? Never mind, not on the list. It's madness. But yeah, crazy. Big up boy says Pena, the main striker at Leipzig, he's shit. But even shit players can score 20 in the odd season here or there. Wirtz scored how many for Leipzig as well. So yeah, man, I can see what you're saying still. But now, Leipzig didn't have a good season last year, and obviously both their goals dried up significantly. So I don't know if that's because of the overall team or if it's them plays in general or both. So yeah, one of them ones that you just got to keep an eye on for sure. Big up Vidic says, so Liverpool paid 210 mil for 2 Bundesliga players with a combined goals of 25 last season in the Bundesliga, but we overpaid for Mbeumo and Cunha, who scored a combined 35 goals in the Prem. Listen, it's a good point, bro. I don't think it's a good point, to be fair. It's a good point. If you're saying one overpaid, I think you did well to get those 2 players. I'm talking about Man United, because Cunha and Mbeumo, we both know what those guys can do in the Prem. They're very good players. They will play for smaller teams as well in terms of obviously stature and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can bring that to obviously Manchester United. But when you lay it like that, it's a very, very fair point. Everyone going mad about Wirtz. He's not a prolific goal scorer like that, more of a creator. Can chip in with a few goals here or there. They paid 100 and plus million for him, and now, like you said, paid 69 up to 79 million for Nketiah, who I think he got less goals than Mamouche. So yeah, but we'll see listen, Vidic, we'll see which one's going to be the better pair, because again, Cunha and Mbeumo, even though they're very good players, again, they're 2 players that haven't had a plethora of scoring loads of goals anyway in the Premier League. Like, again, that was obviously Cunha's best season. That was Mbeumo's best season. So if they can prolong it and do it again, then obviously they'll obviously get more ratings in terms of that perspective. With Nketiah and Wirtz, we'll see how they get on and if they can transition into the Premier League quickly. Some players do it more than others. And we'll see how many goals they can get between them as well, because, again, they'll be playing in a better team. So we shall see, man. I said in the Prem. I said 55 for Pedro, 30 for Delap with Love Eyes. Talking about the money. Yeah, you overpay for Mbemo and Cunha, bro. You just because players worked in one manager's tactic don't mean they're going to work in your manager's tactic. I mean, Ruben Amorim for me has got a lot to prove, man, in terms of if he can actually manage in the Premier League and actually be competitive in the Premier League. Because 15th, let's not. I mean, I know Carlos said 17th. We're wrong with that. 17th in the Premier League ain't ideal. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, he's, in my opinion, he's looking to keep his job. And I don't think he's got that much time in terms of the start of the season to get it right, to show some progress. And I think there's a lot of things for him to do. It's not just about getting results. It's about improving the style of play as well, actually having it being watchable, people that can enjoy it as well as obviously being winning. Because again, if you're winning games 1-0 and there's no kind of sustainability to it, like people are going to find out eventually, especially when you've not got that kind of midfield control. Because I think midfield is the most important part of the pitch in terms of being able to control games. And look at their midfield balance. It's not been right since, or even when Ten Hag was there. I know he obviously got third and won a couple of cups, but that midfield balance as a whole, man, it's always felt like lopsided with Bruno. It feels like Bruno wants just to attack, but it leaves spaces behind for other players to obviously attack Man United. And then Casemiro doesn't really have the legs to get around again. You brought in Ugarte, but he doesn't have the technical ability of the other players. So it's like you're kind of missing all kind of elements of all three players in terms of discipline with Bruno. Casemiro hasn't got the legs, and Ugarte hasn't got the technical ability to kind of progress the ball. So yeah, a lot of stuff for you to work on, especially that midfield. But yeah, Cunha and Mbeumo is a step in the right direction. But whether you can sustain having a decent attack, I mean, what is the objective for Man United? Is it to get into the top 6, into the top 5, into the top 8, into the top half? Like who? I don't know, man. Man United fans will have to tell me in the chat. Big up Vintage says, Big up Carlos says, Vintage, are you getting FIFA 26? Obviously, they dropped the new training for that. Coming out, I think, in September, so that should be interesting. That's a not nonsense formation Amorim is running. Suffer. That's Scammy 3 at the back nonsense. Yeah, I mean, I know he's not going to, but I think he has to change. Or not even change, but be a bit more versatile, not just rely on that in particular. I think he has to come up with some other formations that he could potentially do in-game. So when the game's obviously going away from him, he doesn't have to keep playing the 3 at the back, the 2 set, because I think it's very limited. I think it allows... It puts a lot of pressure on your creativity coming from the 2-10s and the striker. Because if that doesn't happen, then again, the fullbacks again have to be elite and top-level fullbacks or wingbacks, to really for it to work. You need kind of an Hakimi level kind of wingback that can go up the pitch, score goals, come back, defend, be everywhere and everywhere. So I don't know if that's going to be the case, if I'm being honest, with them. And again, Dogu looks like he needs to be obviously more of a backup kind of wingback rather than the starting one. And again, there's more money, bro. More money on wing backs. And if you do end up sacking him, what are you going to do with these wing backs you've got on your team? So crazy, man. Carlos, of course, Vidic he will never play FIFA 99. Says Mayhem. Are you going to keep playing 3 at the back when you play as Man United these Vidic games? I bet you won't even run Amorim's tactic in a video game. That thing is running your team real right now. That thing is running your real team right now. Think about it. Vidic has clapped back and said Spurs paid 60 million for Kudus, who scored 5 Premier League goals. Chelsea paid 60 for Pedro, who scored 10 Premier League goals. And Newcastle paid 60 for Elanga, who scored 6 Premier League goals. But we overpaid, says Vidic. No, I don't think you overpaid. Listen, I don't think personally you overpaid either, to be honest with you. I think you had to pay it, but the situation is, I think it's all subjective to the position you're in, how desperate you are for the certain players in that position, and how they can impact and improve your team. And I think with the fact that you only scored 44 Premier League goals and Cunha got 15 on his own and Mbeumo got 20 on his own, I think he's a massive step in the right direction compared to you keeping Garnacho, you keeping Ahmad as a star, for example, Højlund. These guys they're not getting 20 between them, bro. Like we've seen it before. So yeah, I think it's a massive upgrade in those 4 positions. And you needed to pay it to get them out of the club. Obviously, you've got the Premier League premium you have to pay. And obviously, you're Man United, so you do pay a little bit extra. Of course, you paid 8 for Maguire. So there is all those things you got to take into account. But I feel that the real kind of value for money is how they are obviously performing for Man United to see if you overpaid or not. If they're all if they're 2 are banging in goals, which I think they will, then I think you would have done a very good job for sure. Big up near side said, big up yourself, brother. I hope you're well, hope you're good. And Mbeumo can't even play in the position. He scored all these goals at Man United. Amorim doesn't have that position in the tactic. It can get long. I mean, it is going to be very different. He's not going to be playing on the right-hand side where he's cutting in and scoring on his left foot like he was a lot for Brentford. There's a few goals he did score. I remember a couple of goals against Spurs, and I can't remember who else he scored, where he's in the middle of the pitch. or in the middle of the box, sorry, the ball comes over and there's like a volley with his left foot into the far corner. Maybe he could probably score that kind of goal, but a very hard, difficult technique to do. But bar that, man, I agree. I feel like they're going to have to try and integrate him in that kind of wide right, but maybe not take up the path or the space of that fullback, whoever it's going to be on the right, whether it's Dalot, whoever. So, yeah, and that's why you probably need him in for 3 seasons to see how it's going to work. I think Cunha might be a bit better in terms of adapting, because he's played number 9 before. He's played that kind of 10 role where he can turn it into, obviously, space and feed into progressive passes. So I think he might be a little bit quicker to adapt to that particular formation. But I think Mbeumo definitely, you're going to have to mess about with him a little bit, man, because I don't think he's going to do exactly what he's been doing for Brentford, because it's completely different positions for sure. Unless he plays up front and you kind of play like maybe like him on the outskirts of a 9 and then have these kind of 2 10s maybe do that the hold up play and something like that. But that would take a tactical sweep for sure. A big up their side, he says, how do we get Nketiah done before you? Bro, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I think Sporting have definitely been sour about the whole, obviously, deal with Gyökeres not turning up for training. I think they are prolonging it on purpose to try and drag it out as long as possible. Obviously, they want a replacement in, but even so, man, it is poor. It is very, very poor. I said, you, man, are not serious. He should be on the tour for sure. He should be on the tour, man. I can't even argue with that, man. But yourself, 7 on DR, so send this info into the Arsenal. We need those shy that can get 20 here and there in the odd season. We can't even get 10 in the league. Yeah, we need. I think that was the first time in Premier history, or the first time since like 20, 25 years, that we've not had a goal scorer get 10 league goals. Not one of our players got 10. It's crazy, man. Remember, we burned the money on the away keep. Yeah, true. Big on their side, it says Nketiah had 22 goals and 12 assists. Respect my striker, and he did it in a serious league. Says near side, you paid 90 mil for a player who scored 15 goals in the Bundesliga last season. Nketiah stats get carried by Mamouche. Sesko stats nerfed by opinion. Big difference. Oh, that's a little debate. But yeah, I did my research, finished 61, and his real name is Jimmy. What the hell? It's crazy. Jared, Liverpool aren't favourites for the league because we haven't ran out of the Coutinho money. Big shout out, Jared, man, my brother. But yeah, I don't hear any excuses from this guy, bro, about the not favourites. Or what's he gonna say? They're gonna solidify top 4 or something like that, man. Oh, but shout him out every single time, man. My guy. This I remember. Keep copying Vidic. Draw with Leeds. Nothing has changed. Yeah, I mean that draw's nasty, man. Nasty work, bro. Nasty work for sure. But yeah, these man paid 70 for Erasmus, who only scored 9 goals in Italy, and he want to try. Yeah, true. Oi, land it, boy, land it. Yeah, land it, you know. That's nasty. 9 goals in Italy, you know. Crazy. 72 mil. Yikes. Crazy. Man said, yo, you man, golf on striker signing so hard. You're now banking on Arsenal's academy grant to do the business for you. On about Gina Obi, and obviously Heaven as well. Man said Amrin can't beat a dusty Leeds. I said, big up Carlos. He said, Amrin's got one system. He's so cooked if he can't work. This is what I'm saying, bro. He's not versatile. He's actually peak when you deep it. If this don't bang, he's finished. He's going to just get sacked. Because the thing is, he can't even adapt like in game. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having a system that's your favorite. Obviously, every manager has a favorite system. But you have to be able to adapt to all the systems. And when it's so unique as well, when it don't work, and the problem with the system as well, it needs particular players to play it that know what they're doing. You can't just dash any kind of fullback to play wing back. Because again, certain fullbacks can't play wing back. They can only go forward or go back, like one or the other. Like they can't do both at the same time and keep that kind of width and high position for the sustained amount of games. So yeah, I think it's very, very difficult to maintain that kind of top level kind of quality in terms of playing football in a particular formation that not a lot of players are adaptable to. So yeah, very, very true, man. Their midfield has no legs. It's stinky all over. Yeah, I think for the long term, in terms of how to dominate games, and we've seen it before when teams get quality midfielders, how they improve as a team, man. I think it's very, very key. I think they should have just, honestly, what you're seeing with obviously other players getting forced out, maybe like a Rodrigo, for example. I think they should have done that to Bruno. I think they should have said, listen, you ain't got any kind of, obviously, any plans at the club. We're trying to get that 100 mil because we can actually reinvest and get 2 proper midfielders, one for 50, one for 50, somewhere else. I know they were linked with Edison, who's a decent midfielder from Atlanta. That's someone that they could definitely need as well. Someone that can do, he's like a box-to-box, he can do both. So, yeah, I think I agree with Carlos, man. I was expecting Casemiro to get sold on because, again, he's been looking again, I feel like he has got certain elements in terms of forward quality. He can pick out a pass, but in terms of being able to do the basics with the running and legs and stuff, he's nowhere near it, man. I don't think he can maintain that and sustain that for sure. So yeah, I think they need to get two midfielders. Personally, I think they need, and that's what I mean. They need a lot of work to do, bro. I don't think getting a one player here, one player there, you're going to see a massive difference unless Amorim gets the best out of these players. He's not been able to get the best out of for like 8 months, especially with the season just gone. His managerial career has to be like a different manager, like where in terms of like, oh my God, he's actually changed the whole entire formation, or he's actually got these guys playing in that formation and they know what they're doing and it's absolutely clicked. The probability of that happening is very, very slim, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think it could be a shaky start for Man United in the coming season, because I think the games that you're expected to win, the games that you're not expected to win, I think you might get some joy out of, because again, that underdog tactic, the fact that you're not going to be favourites and the expectation in those games are not going to be as high. Well, I think like the games that you're going to be worried out for is like the Fulhams away, even like the Burnleys and stuff like that. Games you're expected to dominate with your midfield. I think potentially you could be exposed by that, but we shall see. Big up Mascara came from the Championship. He's clear of the Portuguese Farmers League manager. Says near side remembrance. Big up Vidic says we're almost finishing 10th. We can convert if we convert our chances, and 8th if we get a good goalkeeper, good defense, and a good striker. You think you can get 8th, bro? I don't even know if you can get that, man. I'll be honest. I don't even know if you can get that, brother. I'll be so real. I don't know, bro. I must have landed near side, says Carlos. More guts about finishing 10th. I mean, they're starting low, man, for sure. Big up Boy says, was it Amorim that made Gyökeres look good, or was it Gyökeres that made Amorim look good? Very good point, man. We'll see. We'll soon find out this season if Gyökeres comes to Arsenal, which he should do. And Amorim, obviously, he's going to start the season, man. We'll see, bro. We'll definitely see. Very good question, though. Big up Lucas Talks Dons. Big up yourself, bro. Lucas Talks Dons. Hope you're well, man. Make sure you guys smash up the likes on the video. Near side, remember, she spent 70 million on Embuemo, the pen merchant, to finish 10th. I said 10th, bro. You're talking 10th. Yeah, what is the rivals' expectations of Man United? How well do you think they'll do? Because, again, I think they're going to sack Amorim personally. But if they don't, where do you think they'll finish, man? Because I don't know, man. I think 10th might be right on the money, bro. I don't know if they can finish higher than that with the team they've got so far. Even though because they'll score more goals now, but I just think that midfield, I don't think you can win games or dominate games through that midfield. So you're basically hoping that Cunha and Embuemo have a moment of magic and you're defensively stable. And we all know Man United had a few injuries last season, man. Obviously, Martinez missed quite a lot of the season with an ACL. Lenny Euro, I think, picked up a few knocks. Even like the Lit as well was outside the team. So it does require that formation, 3 centre-backs fit, raring to go every single game. So it's going to be very difficult to maintain for sure, man. So I don't know, man. You guys have to let me know. I'm buying players to go back-to-back. Yeah, Liverpool are looking serious. I can't even lie. They are. I'll take 8th place next. That's okay. So obviously that's not European football then, unless you win one of the cups. So for me, you got to be aiming to get back in, especially with the money you're probably going to spend. You've already spent over 130 or whatever on 2 players. You're going to get a striker. I don't know which striker it's going to be. I think, again, with the striker coming in, that's going to maybe take it nearly into 200, because Sesko's going to be 9 million euros. Watkins is going to be 60. I think you link with Nicholas Jackson. That's probably going to be 50, 60. I know they're saying 100. They're not going to get that. No one's going to pay 100 for him. I think they'll probably settle like 50, 60. Double their money. They paid, 32 for him or whatever it was. So I think 60, 65, 70, I think they'll accept. So they're all going to be 60, 60 plus in that range, man. So going to be very difficult for you to maintain. I said, if, big up Darren, at least qualify for the Conference League, Vidic. I mean, I'm laughing at emoji. I said, everyone's cooking Vidic, bro. Oh, my days. Vidic have some shame and decorum. Crazy work. Now I think 8th is decent considering the season we had last season. So from 15th to 8th, you're saying. I don't know, bro. The thing is, you're Man United, so you're a massive club. You shouldn't have been 15th in the first place. I get what you're saying in terms of progression, but you're going to be trying to get into Europe, man. You're going to be trying to get into the top 6. If I'm being honest, if you end up finishing 7th, then cool, like not even cool, but like you can understand why that you've not done enough to obviously progress your team. But bro, again, you need to be getting it, because I don't think if you finish 8th, I don't think he'll get sacked, bro. There's no way he's gonna have you 15th and then 8th. Remember, Ten Hag got sacked when he got 8th. Well, he should have got sacked when he got 8th and won a cup. I don't know if you're going to win a cup. You've already got the League Cup and the FA Cup to obviously compete for. You're not going to win the league. You're not in Europe. So Unless you win one of those cups and finish 8th to get you into the Europa League, maybe that might work, maybe. But I don't even know if you can even do that, man. I know your guys are normally a cup team. Obviously, you reached 3 finals in 3 years, but 4 finals in 3 years. But again, you didn't win the last Europa League Cup with Amarin in charge. Ten Hag is a bit different to Amarin, so yeah, I don't know, man. I must have delight, man. United, mid-table fodder is nasty. I can't believe these men are this low. I don't think it's been spoken about enough. This is big Man United, man. This is where Man United, we can get any team we want in the world. Man United, and these men are 15th. Crazy word. I'm sorry. That has to be highlighted a bit more. I'll be real, car boy. It's nasty, man. Must say the finish at this point just go down. Jeez. Must say then Burma scored more bare pens. Those numbers are for Gacy. And Burma had one good. The one thing I say about Mbeumo, and a lot of people said it at the time, I think he's a good player. He's a good signing. But the things I will say is that, again, he scored penalties, but again, you got to take him to score him. So I'm not going to hold you count. The only thing I will say is that is he going to take pens now that Bruno's there? Because Bruno's obviously goal penalty taker. So them kind of goals obviously might be taken away. So that's a good point. And also, some of the goals he scored, I don't know if he can replicate some of them again because they were so, top tier goals. It'd be hard for him to do that again just because they were so good. Like the one against Spurs and the other one that he scored at home. I can't remember who it was against. It might have been Southampton. I can't remember. Those left-footed volleys, man, he was scoring was sick. There's a couple other ones as well that were very, very good. Not say he can't do it again because he's a quality player, but just to expect him to do it again is obviously a bit of a different thing. So I don't know, bro. I think potentially, man, he might not get that 20 goals. And like you said, that was the most he's ever got in the season. That was like a XG influx, bro, where before he was getting 8, 7, them kind of numbers. And again, it's Brentford, so you can understand why they're that kind of level. Because again, Brentford are not going to win a load of games. They're a mid-table team. But to go from that to the 20, can he maintain it in another club in a different style of play when he's not going to be hugging the touchline on the right side, cutting onto his left and scoring? He's going to be more in the centre. So is he going to be able to get that kind of space to kind of do that kind of finesse shot? I don't know. And this is the kind of things you got to obviously counter in for. He might be able to do it. He might be able to transition great. He is proven, so he knows the league, but it's a different formation, man. So very interesting to see if that actually happens. My man said, fun fact, he scored, this is what I'm saying, he scored 9 goals prior. I don't think many people know this in their side, to be fair. He scored 9 goals the prior season, 8 before that, 5 before that. So, the record before that. So he actually scored nearly more goals in last season than he did for the previous 3 combined. So, he's still a good player, though, because he's definitely better than what they've got. I think he's better than Højlund and Rasmus and Garnacho and Ahmad, to be honest with you. So, but again, we'll see how he does, man. We'll see how he does. Why are people acting like we should get top 6? Where Everton nowadays? That's nasty. Top 10 is okay for me. But Mandem telling me Ekitike ain't that guy when he's 23. Big ol' E-Ross, my brother. What you telling me, bro? Tops and the crew, hit the likes and sub people. Come on, bro. Make sure you smash the likes button on the video, man, and subscribe to the channel as well. Big up yourself, bro, for being in the building. Really appreciate you, man. I said, 10 likes. Big up Darren as always. Near side remembrance. What was Mbeumo doing at 23 championship? And that 8GA nasty work. What? That can't be right. Big up boy says, now the fumes of Fergie have truly expired at United. Let's see what you man are really about. It's looking long after the 15th, but losing Spurs in a final. European final as well, bro. That's something they'll never get let down, bro. I can't lie. They're gonna have to carry that now because again, they lost to Spurs in the European finals. Crazy. But we'll see, bro. We'll see what they're really about. If Fergie was actually winging the thing in it, if they're actually got some more heritage after that, because boy, it's look at that 15th place finish is nasty in modern day Premier League, bro. That's not been. I don't think people have took that in enough. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like they didn't spend money last year. They spent bread. They spent a lot of money. Ugarte came in. De Ligt came in. Lenny Euro came in. Bro, they spent a lot of money. Zerski came in. This is all last season as well. So it's not like they had a season where they were trying to save on the books and they were budgeting. They spent a lot of money expecting to get in the Champions League. That was the thing, bro. People forget. They finished 8th and got into the Europa League because they won the FA Cup. Brother, they need to make sure they get it back into a European place, bro, because one season can't define you being that team, because it's very easy to stay down there. If you're not up there back again quickly, you can just linger down there for ages, bro. It's not ideal. We obviously also finished 8th. Obviously not as bad as 15th, but we finished 8th for a few years, and then it took us a little bit of time to get up. So yeah, you need to get back up there as soon as possible. Otherwise, this might, like you said, finish might be your norm, which you won't. This Man United bottom half is crazy, especially with the money. Like you're spending money, so it's not like you're bankrupt or something. You're playing your like academy players. Do you know what I'm saying? You should be definitely better than you are for sure. You paid 90 mil for a striker who scored 15 Bundesliga goals near-sighted. Big up, Ross says big up every time, bro. Darren, Block 9 sayings, come on, bro. LOL. It would be funny. It's so funny if Obama just had a purple patch season and he only got his 8 G8 on average like the rest of his career. Listen, it could happen, bro. We've seen it with the likes of Martinelli, bro. He had that purple patch when he got 15 Premier League goals, no penalties, and he ain't got nowhere near it since. Odegaard was the same, got 15 Premier League goals, no penalties, and he ain't got nowhere near the same. So it could be the case, bro. You never know. Players have that one season where they're like, raw, this guy's mad. Nunes had it at Benfica and not many been able to manage it since. So could be right, my guy. Could be right. Bill there, 7 on DR says the teams that finish below us in the league, like Spurs, United, Chelsea, City, and more, at least they want to improve on their finish. We can't say the same about Arsenal. And at the minute, you're completely right, bro. And like I said, with Arteta coming out saying that we need more players, and apparently he's been given an extra. He's been given more money. Apparently he's had a fight with the Cronkies, and they're giving him more money in the budget. I'll have to have a look at that article in a minute. But yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, we definitely need to fix up, man, because we've not got starting. Barcelona Mendy, who's replaced our starting, obviously, midfielder. We've not got any more starting players that's come in. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're not looking like we're serious for sure. I said, bro, we are a joke, bro. Says Darren. Big on Reddit, she says we're at least finishing above 15th next season. That's not great in my opinion. That's nasty. That is nasty work. Man's bought Mbama and Cunha, and his target is to finish above 15th. That's crazy. That's so crazy. What are you saying, Drew and those? Salute. Big up yourself here in the building, man. Big up Vidic says if Amron doesn't get top 10 next season, he should be sacked if he doesn't win a trophy. Listen, bro. Like I said, he's got to get in Europe, bro. You can't be finishing 9th, man, with a League Cup, for example. You'd be getting into, I think, the Conference League. Nah, man, that's dead. I can't lie. That's dead. That is dead. You got to be getting to the top 6, 7, bro. I'll be real. And then go from there, man. Because again, 15th to 7th is a massive jump. But top 10, you're basically just finishing a bit higher than you did the season just gone. Bro, he's probably going to spend about 200 mil, yeah. And that would be what, for 5 places above that you actually finished last season in your worst season in modern history. No. He's got to get into Europe, fam. Through the league. He has to, bro. He has to. To be honest with you, I don't even think it's even about trophies, because you've seen before. Not for you guys next season, because trophies just kind of mask over your overall arch. I think you need to actually get into a position where you're actually a decent team again, like your actual team that can compete and actually beat other teams around you. Like, and this is not even like a banner thing. Like teams like Brentford, teams like Brighton. I mean, these guys finished above you, so you need to get back to that level, in my opinion, where you're competing with them, and then you can obviously elevate into that top 4 discussion with Newcastle, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, them kind of upper echelon teams, man. So yeah, I think you've got a lot to do, and I don't think it's going to be a quick sale thing. I think it might take a bit of time, but the problem with Amorim is he's just not adaptable, bro. He's not someone that can really change his tactics and formations on the fly. So you're just kind of hoping that his formation clicks, and bro, he's not going to get a load of time for it to click, bro. I don't think he's even going to last the season if you're not careful, man. Big on their side said if Amorim doesn't get top 4, he should be sacked. Listen, I think top 6 personally, innit? Because there's no way then their squad in terms of like what they're even going to get in. I don't think rivals a top 4 team. Like I don't think it's not going to be as good as Chelsea or Arsenal or Liverpool or Man City. That's probably my top 4 for next season, innit? Then potentially you can have a Newcastle in there. Is their team going to be better than Newcastle's if they keep Isak? I don't think so. Even where their midfield is clear of Manchester United. So that's 5. Villa maybe can, but even their midfield, bro. You look at their midfield options. Is way better than Man United's, man. So I think after that, maybe you can compete and try and elevate your team to be better than a Brentford, better than a Brighton, and that should be the target. But yeah, it's crazy where really, man. It's crazy where you're in this position in the first place, bro. But yeah, I just can't see a world where they finish top 4, even if they get loads of players and even if they get a top, because it's going to take a lot of time to obviously stop playing the players. Look at their defense, for example. Is that a top 4 defense? I don't think so. Is that a top 4 midfield? I don't think so. The keeper as well. There's a lot of things for them to do. And then That's obviously excluding the formation. Is that even a top 4 formation in the Premier League? I don't know, yet to be seen. Doesn't look like it's worked at the minute. So again, there's a lot of questions to be asked of in the one kind of season, bro. And this is why I said it probably would have been easier, and I think it would have been warranted if they just sacked him and just got someone a bit more versatile to lead them through this kind of path of rehabilitating. Obviously, there's certain managers that can rebuild very, very well, and then you can move them on and then get someone that can really finish off the job. But I don't know if Amorim's the type to rebuild a team. Obviously, I know he did with Sporting to an extent, but different league, not as competitive, etc., not as much at stake in terms of the stature of the club. So all kind of different elements you've got to figure in or put in when it comes to Manchester United and obviously Ruben Amorim and stuff, man. Big up Boy says, I can see Amorim finishing 12th at best. Think it's crazy you might talk about 10th. Listen, there's a lot of people that are saying that, bro, for sure. There's a lot of people that are saying that for sure, man, in terms of there's a lot of people saying that for sure, man, in terms of whether Manchester United can even finish in the top half based off because they've only got 2 players in. Like, people are forgetting that the majority of players that made them finish 15th, are still at the club with the manager. So again, it's going to take a massive upgrade in all of the players' actual individual performances, as well as the manager's individual performances with the tactics and the formation to elevate from 15th to 9th, 8th without significant reinvestment in other areas of the pitch. These Man United fans are saying, yeah, we only need a keeper and then a centre back. Bro, you need much more than that for sure. Much more than that, in my opinion. The only thing going for you is that you're playing 1 game a week, so it allows you a bit more time to get that formation down to a T every single week. However, I think there's pros and cons to it, because the con will be there's going to be a lot of pressure if he loses a game, because now you've got a week to try and sit on it. And then if he loses another game, that's 2 weeks in a row. You would have lost 2 games in a row that you've got to sit on it and think, oh man, is this the right guy? Da, da, da. When you got those kind of European games, I think that was helping him last season. Those European Europa League games in midweek, you can kind of win those kind of games. It takes the pressure off of you a little bit. And maybe if you draw in the league, that means you've won 1 in 3 rather than losing 2 in 3 or 2 in 2 kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's definitely things you've got to think about for sure as well. Big up their side. It says, if your aim is top 10, why did you sack Ten Hag? Ten Hag finished 8th and he didn't lose to true, very true. But obviously, the thing is their side. Amorim is taking them backwards, obviously, because again, like you said, they finished 8th and now they finished 15th. So again, it's a question when you're thinking, are you going to give him time to get you back to the position you weren't even happy with in the first place? Or is it a thing where Ten Hag was declining anyway and you kind of sacked him before he was going to finish lower this season anyway? Maybe because he lost to Liverpool 3-0. The performances still weren't great. I still think Ten Hag should have been sacked. I think potentially he was lucky to even finish 8th the season before, because they were getting battered in a lot of games, man. Brentford away, I remember, what was that, 30 plus shots. Burnley at home, they drew 1-1. I remember they got battered as well in that game, as well as they losing other games. So maybe this was a thing that was coming along the lines. This was kind of a thing that they were just kind of winging it and having players obviously bail them out in that particular season. So they actually finished 8th instead of finishing 12th or whatever. So yeah, maybe, man, maybe. But nah, it's crazy work, man. His CV's not looking good, man. He could potentially ruin his actual European reputation if this doesn't go right for him, man. Big up Village says, because our aim with Tenor was consistent top 4 finishes and win trophies, our aim with Amorim is to finish in the top 10. Top 10 is crazy. Damn, United 10th. Big up E. Ross. Standards have dropped big time at United. Yeah, facts, bro. 100% facts, man. Village must be a Glazer, be on the Glazer payroll the way this man that has excuses copium. 10th is crazy though, man. The good thing is if Arsenal bottle Gyökeres deal that seals Arteta out, fans will riot. Aiming for 10th is just sad though. Big up Latvian Guna, my brother, man. Make you go over there. Subscribe to Latvian Guna, doing good things over there. Big up yourself, brother. I hope you're well. Good to see you in the chat, my guy. Big yourself up every single time. Big up Latvian Guna, of course, man. Realistically, we shouldn't sack Amorim if we finish 10th season. That's progress. Nah, brother, that is crazy, you know. See, this is why I don't like the progress thing, because it kind of it can make you be subjective to not having proper standards, bro. In my opinion, because it's like, bro, on the Ten Hag, like this side said, bro, you wouldn't have accepted 10th. Now Amorim's come in and got you backwards in terms of having poor results. You should now obviously perceive 10th as a starting point, bro. For me, you've got to be getting back into Europe. Like, you can't have, for example, Vidic, like, you can't have another season where you're finishing outside the top, obviously, the European places, and expect to spend 300, 400 mil, bro. Like, you need that revenue coming in. You can't, and again, especially because you don't sell very well. At least with the likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City as well, they kind of sell their kind of youngsters, academies, or players that are not going to be part of the squad for high, decent kind of money, so they can continue to keep spending. You guys don't. You might even be worse than Arsenal, bro. Yeah, like Arsenal and Man United are definitely there for selling players, man, because you let a load of players go for free as well, or you loan them out, or whatever. Same with Arsenal. So yeah, I don't think you're in a position where you're outside the Champions League for a plethora of years, and you can keep spending money on top tier talent as well. Because I think this is probably the last maybe year of you even getting like an Mbeumo and a Cunha, who they want to go to. If players start realizing that you're like a mid-table team now, that law of Manchester United, even though you're a massive club or you're a big club, they're going to be like, well, I want Champions League. I want to be playing in Europe. I'll take Europa League. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think you've got to be aiming for that European spot, a European place for sure, man. Big up Latvian. He says, big up Darren. Village is at Amrin Stan. you bought Kudus and Mbeumo. Why are you talking about 10th? You're spending 330 million for 10th. I said, Artish, Latvian Gunner. We spent 200 to finish 15th, bro. Mikhail Music. That's why you're on serious and Amrin is a fraud. How can you talk about my signings when you're spending more per player to finish lower than us? We got Kirkes and Frimpong for 70 mil. Amrin gets way too much hate. What? No way. Nah, bro, you don't get enough. I can't lie. Like, I'm not a hater in it, but brother, he should get criticised way more than he has done. He's got you man fifth. I don't think you man are deep in this. You never got, bro. In any other season, you might have got relegated. You know, you didn't even get 40 points. That's how bad you. Look at Spurs. They actually won a trophy, got into the Champions League, and they still sacked Amorim. They still sacked Postecoglou because again, it's like, brother, we're Tottenham, man. We can't be 17th, and they're nowhere near the size of club you are, bro. Nowhere near. And they beat you in the final, and they still sacked him. And they're in the Champions League. So, brother, nah, it's crazy. Must a new keeper for 30. He lost the final to Spurs. Stop doing the simping thing. I said Amorim got us to a European final, not all money. Nah, but you lost, bro. You lost the final, man. You didn't win it. If you won it, then fair, you would have been in the Champions League. But you lost the final to Spurs as well. They don't even win trophies like that. They won for 20 years. Oh my God, you're celebrating finals. Spurs, yeah. Spurs beat you in the final. Sit down. Spurs won more European trophies than you. Darren, sit down. You put 15 goals past Spurs in one season. You can't score one. They knocked you out of the FA Cup too, who loses 4 times to Ange. Crazy. Actually, Fulham did this side. They knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. Scammer and masterclass. Spurs beat you 4-3 in a cup. Stop capping. If Amorim gets top 8 next, you all start respecting him. Respect, that is crazy as well, bro. I didn't respect Arteta in second. Yeah, facts, bro, facts. Top 6. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Spurs, Villa, Brighton are better than us. Raw, since when did Man United? Bro, I don't know, Latvian man. I don't know. I'm trying to work out what's going on here, Carl. Boy, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. Tops, you saying there is an article of Arteta against the Cronkies over funds. I thought we had a war chest. Now they're in secret one dashed away as well. Listen, I don't know what's happening with that, man. Apparently, I think it was Miguel Delaney came out and said Arsenal are Arteta argued with the Cronkies to give him more money. Now, I don't know. Again, this might be a red herring. I don't know if it's to give them more money now or that what we're spending now is the more money. If it's that, then that's crazy, to be fair, because this is what we should be saying. This is what Michael Delaney said. It says, the Cronkies prefer Arsenal to be fully responsible with no risk of PSR concerns. Mikel Arteta has strongly and successfully argued to push the budget out this summer. So I don't know if that's in play already or not. I don't know, bro. Or if that's to come. So we're going to be spending more money than we are. Because again, if we go into the kind of that 300 million kind of region, that's when you know we're spending more than we normally do. Because I think the maximum we've spent under Arteta in one summer is 210, I think it is, which is around about what we're at now. So this is what we would have had beforehand. So it must be added. But we'll see. We'll see if we actually spend more money than this, man, to be fair. But it would be well overdue for sure. Big up everyone in the building, man. Big up Box Fresh, man. Player. What you telling me, bro? I said LOL top 8. Obviously on about Man United, man. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Vidic. I said, yes, Tops, respect. Big up yourself, bro. I hope you're well, man. Good to see you in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like on the video, subscribe as well if you're not already. But yeah, with the Cronkies, man. Again, And it just goes to show that they don't really care about winning too tough. They're not willing to risk PSR concerns, even though we've not risked PSR concerns before and we've not won trophy. So obviously we need to do a bit more somewhere in the line. If you're not going to sack Arteta, you obviously have to give him more money if you think he's the man to get you over the line. And yeah, I'm yet to see if this is going to be obviously concrete, because again, this might be what we're seeing now, which for me isn't an increase in budget. It is an increase in budget from what we spent last year. But in terms of what we spent under Arteta in one summer, we spent this before. So it has to be more than that. You would hope so. So we'll see during the end of the summer transfer window if our overall tally in terms of expenditure is more than we were hoping for, or more than we were expecting. Because I expected Arsenal to probably spend about 200 to 250, maybe 220, 230, which is around about what we spent already. This is obviously without departures. So if we spend more than that without departures and then start to get some money in for some players, then yeah, that would obviously be an increase for sure, man. It would be an increase for sure. Obviously, just talking about Victor Gyökeres, Graham Bailey says Arsenal are so far down the line with the Victor Gyökeres deal. It really is just the finer details. This time last week, they thought it was done and could not imagine it running this weekend. Arsenal are staying calm. I need to emphasize that sorry. They admit some deals are just easier than others. In terms of the player, I'm told Gyökeres himself is frustrated. He wants to be with Arsenal now. He should be with Arsenal now for sure. He just wants to be with his new teammates. So, yeah, man, that just goes to show that potentially there has been some kind of going back on your word with Sporting, maybe with the add-ons and stuff like that. So, yeah, obviously, this is supposed to be the teaser of Gyökeres with Calafiori putting his shirt over his nose or whatever. I'm not too sure if that's the case. But, yeah, it's all mad, man. It's all mad, man. Big ol' AJ, man, my bro, what are you telling me, man? Some fans need to put pressure on the Cronkies to put pressure on Arteta. Big up yourself, Box Fresh. Big up AJ as well. Big up Tops every time. Big up yourself, brother. Good to see you in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like up the thing. It's two vibes, the FC at Arsenal. Yeah, man, it's going to be a pressure to win for sure. I think that's definitely what we're missing, Box Fresh. That kind of pressure and that not accepting second, not accepting being in a cup final or a semi-final, just accepting winning, man. If you can try and I'll put that throughout the club culture, then yeah, that'll be definitely different. But you have to win to get that started, bro. And obviously, we've not won anything in the last 5 years, so it's very hard to do that, man. Where is Christian? Obviously, with Mascara. Where is Eze? Listen, bro, I have no idea, my guy. Where's Gyökeres, bro? Where are these players, man? These are not Christian Mascara, but Eze and Gyökeres are the kind of the starters we need in the team to get fans really excited or them believing that we can actually do something properly this season. If you don't get those kind of players in the door, then you're looking kind of like the similar kind of season as we did last year, bro. Top 3, 4, maybe fight for top 4. Who knows? Because again, Liverpool are improved. Manchester City have improved as well. Are we in that? Chelsea have improved too. Are we taking a step back? We've not actually improved. We've got the same players staying starting lineup in the team, man. So there's still a lot of work to do. Let's not underestimate the fact that when new players come in for other rival teams, they can jump ahead of you, man, and you can stay stagnant if you've still got Havertz up front. You've still got Saka on the right, with no competition, or Odegaard. Like we've seen this before. Like we've seen these players, and we know what they can really do, really. So I think you need to change the dynamic of the team a little bit, man, and do something a bit fresher to really kind of change the landscape of how we are going to do. Big up Vidic, she says, Tops, can we pull a Leicester? Hell no, you can't pull a Leicester from next season, bro. No way in hell. Sorry to break it to you, man. No way in hell. I think Leicester did very, very well. Obviously, one of the greatest, if not the greatest achievement ever to win the Premier League with the Leicester City team. However, the top teams at that time were not at it at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Not serious, man. Manchester United, Man City as well. Obviously, Arsenal was the biggest letdown. Chelsea finished 10th. So, yeah, and then obviously Liverpool were nowhere near it during those periods of time. So, yeah, man. Whereas this time, Liverpool and Man City both look serious. Arsenal will be there and thereabouts in the top 4 for sure with the defense they've got. So, yeah, man, nowhere near it, man. Nowhere near it. I said, where's Rodrigo? Victor Gyökeres. I said, keep dreaming, buddy. You ain't getting Rodrigo. Yeah, I don't know about Rodrigo either, man. That new kit is a bit meh. You know, I don't mind it, Or the blue one. I don't mind it, fam. I like the white one, though. I think the white one's the best one out of the 3, if I'm being honest. And the third kit. But it's all right. I think it's better. You know what it is, bro? I think it's way better than the remember the green kit we had, bro? That was atrocious. I can't remember what it's even called, man. The bib, the bib kit. That lime green was terrible, man. I actually bought it. I don't even know why either. But yeah, that's an awful shirt. I never wear it. It's so bad. These players, post sound so fake. Gabriel sounds sounds extra fake. Yeah, I mean, you didn't actually see him say it, did you? So it's a bit of a sticky one still. But yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see. With another in goal, United ain't winning nothing. This is what I'm saying, bro. I know they've been linked with a few keepers. Martinez is one. I think Costa was linked with Manchester City from Porto. But yeah, until they sort that out, man, then listen, you know what, Nana's going to be making hella mistakes, bro. You just know it. You just know it, man. The white kit is nice. Yeah, very nice, man. Hopefully I'll try and get that one because I do actually like it for sure. But yeah, big up Darren Martin every single time. Come on, bro. Darren Martin is definitely my guy for sure, man. Big him up. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Are Liverpool spending within the budget? You know what? I think because they've not spent that much within the last 2 or 3 seasons, bro, I think they're probably warranted in spending this amount as well. I think they're kind of I think they're expecting kind of some departures throughout the back end of the transfer window. I think Harvey Elliott could be on his way out, maybe 40, 50 mil. So that's a lot of the expenditure they've spent on maybe the 2 fullbacks covered through that. I think potentially even Diaz will be out the door, 60, 70 mil as well. Another massive expenditure. So yeah, those kind of when you're kind of selling those kind of assets, bro, it gives you a lot more wiggle room to spend more money on the players that you want to come in. And because they literally spent 5 mil on Chiesa last season, didn't spend in January either, man. They've got money, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They have got money, and they're in the Champions League again this season, and they won the league. So yeah, I think their budget is fine, bro. I can't lie. I think that they're keeping the nice little balance between selling some players, some rotational players for a lot of money, because 50 mil for Harvey Elliott would be crazy. Even 40 mil would be a nice bit of change for one player. Do you know what I'm saying? Considering they've already sold Kelleher for 18, 19. That's 20 mil for a backup keeper they've sold, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We can't sell that for our first choice. When Ramsdale was our first choice, we sold it for 16 mil, bro. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, Darren said Liverpool's budget is fine. Yeah, I agree, bro. So the Harvey Elliott is a baller. I rate him. I think he's a good player, bro. I think he definitely needs to go to a team though and play regular football in the Prem. I think he's at that stage now, and especially when what he's doing in the under-21s, when obviously he's basically their best player. I think he needs to be playing regular football at maybe like a Brighton or a Brentford or somewhere like that. So like maybe not Brentford because they've sold quite a lot of their key stars and lost their manager. But I think Brighton's a perfect because, bro, he goes to Brighton, Man United or whoever in about 2 years' time will probably buy him for like 80 mil or something, man, because he'd be one of their star players. We've seen it before. So yeah, I do rate him, man. I think he's a good player. I think he definitely can have a good career in the Premier League if he goes on to start for a big team or a good team in the Premier League, and he can become like a talisman. Do you know what I mean? He definitely can do that. So yeah, crazy, man. Big up everyone tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like up the video and subscribe to the channel as well if you've not done so before. But yeah, man, if we get a great keeper, 2 more CBs, 2 great holding midfielders, 1 great left back, 1 great right wing back, bro. This is what I'm saying, man. You want to, damn, he's right, bro. You want a whole team in one window. It's nasty. I actually think Brentford should go for him. Vidic has that's a whole team, bro. It is. I'll put the eye emoji. Not a lot then, Vidic. Let me go through this again, man. Man said a great keeper, 2 more centre backs, 2 great holding midfielders. That's 5. A great left wing back, 6. A great right wing back, 7. And a great striker, 8. And top of the 2, obviously, number 10s they've just got, which would be 10. So you want 10 players in one. Oh, come on, Vidic. You know better, bro. That ain't happening, my guy. That ain't happening. I think maximum you probably get is like 5 players. I think you probably get a keeper. You might get 1 midfielder, not 2. Now Bruno's staying. You might get 1, and you'll get striker. That's obviously 3 on top of the 2 10s. I think that'll be it, bro. I can't see you getting any defenders now. I think you've got the right amount of defenders, but you just need to improve the quality of them. Because again, you've been wanting to get rid of Maguire for time, bro. Ages, man. And he's still there. Not to say he's obviously, again, he's probably one of your better defenders. Not that's really saying much. He finished 15th. But the point I'm trying to make is that these kind of guys, you've been knowing they're not good enough. Luke Shaw is another one. Like, you know you need to move these guys on. But I just think you've got so much work to do in the team. It's crazy. Box Fresh, he's saying he's back again, bro. Arch Nemesis, man. Arch Nemesis. Let's go, baby. Okay. Big up Vinny says Chelsea did it in 2022. But bro, you're not Chelsea. Respectfully, you're not Chelsea, bro. You're not Chelsea, my guy. You can't sell players like Chelsea can, innit? So That's where you're gonna come up stop, my G. That's where you're gonna come up stop because your players that you're getting rid of, Rashford's on a loan, so you're not even getting money for him. Sancho's probably gonna be option to loan as well. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Big up Box Fresh. big up Box Fresh. Big up yourself, man. Big up the community, man, as always. Chelsea got a plan, but yeah, for sure. That's the one that you have to say. Compared to what you're doing, they have got a clear plan on what they're doing, bro, in terms of like selling and stuff like that. Bro, when you might not agree with the plan, but they've got a plan. With you guys, it's just like scattergun. I don't know what you guys are doing. It just seems like it's all over the place for sure. Big up Godfrey, my brother. What you telling me, my guy? Big up Tots. What's the latest, bro? Nothing much, man. Obviously, just talking about Arteta potentially going hand to hand or clashing heads with the Kroenkes about potential expenditure. He just says Kroenkes prefer Arsenal to be fully responsible with no PSR concerns. Mikel Arteta has strongly and successfully argued to push the budget out this summer. So apparently we're going to be spending more money. Now, I don't know if this article is before we've actually started spending. So it actually means that the money we're spending now is the extra money, or it means we're spending more money on top of what we spent already. Spending, well, with the Gyökeres deal, Mascara deal, it'll be 200 plus. So hopefully it's the latter, and we spend a bit more because again we do need more players in more areas. And I found out Arteta came out and said that yeah, we need we're short of numbers, bro. So Arsenal short of numbers after 123 million pounds spend. So we still need more players and more quality and depth. So yeah, we'll see if we can actually spend or get some more players in for sure. But yeah, man. Carlos says, Ratcliffe is out here making man redundant. Dinner ladies, cleaners, brother. It's nasty, bro. It's nasty. But you can afford an extra 5 mil for a Remo, bro. It's nasty work. It's nasty work, man. Big up the community, man. Big up the community as always, bro. Come on, bro. Big up Box Fresh said Chelsea moving like Elon Musk. Big up Godfrey every single time. Come on, G. I said Tesla, you know, crazy. He's but yeah, he's also closed the cafeteria. Bro, it's crazy what he's done, you know. And the thing is, you know what it is? It's because what he's prioritized that particular in terms of being able to save money in that area. But then you look at the other areas where you can potentially save money, selling players for obviously higher fees, not buying the most expensive players. And he's carrying on doing that kind of obviously business over there. But then it's like the working man, the guy low on the totem pole suffers the price first. You get it? So that's why it's a bit distasteful. It leaves a sour taste in my mouth, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Bill Carlos, he says, answer the transfer window is the most peaceful I've had. Listen, you've been doing your thing, man, to be fair. You've been in, I think, again, the way you've separated, obviously, the transfers in terms of being able to get some in for the Club World Cup, and now, obviously, taking a little bit of a break. Now, I think you're probably concentrating on selling some players to come in, and then getting some more kind of first-team starters, potentially, whether it's another forward player and maybe another keeper, who knows. I can see why you're relaxed about it, to be fair. These times, Chelsea selling themselves to themselves. Listen, honestly, Box Fresh, we've just bought Manawaki from them, so we're helping them, bro. Like, I can't lie, that 52 mil is nicely for their PSR. Do you get it? It's nicely, bro. Obviously, they would probably wanted to have got Kudus. The deal didn't happen in time, and he's got to Spurs. But yeah, man, I'm sure they'll be after another player. It looks like it could be Xavi Simons is on the agenda for Chelsea as well. Either him or Eze. I did see reports saying that they're not going to go for Eze anymore, and it looks like it's going to be Simons. So yeah, Chelsea is still in there, man. They're still in there, wanting to sign more players, man. So we'll have to wait and see if they do, for sure, man. Big up everyone tuning in, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the thing as well, man. But yeah, obviously the Victor Gyökeres deal is still dragging on as well, man. Still no confirmation either. Again, I can't see it being this week, man. It's gonna probably be a weekend thing still. But yeah, obviously on Chelsea, Chelsea are currently the most concrete option for Xavi Simons. Arsenal are monitoring the situation, buying or not in the race so far. But yeah, Chelsea have serious interest in Xavi Simons. Understand talks between the club and players camp already have started. No club-to-club talks yet. First, it needs to be checked whether an agreement can be reached between Chelsea and the player. Chelsea are currently the most concrete option. Arsenal are monitoring, but nothing concrete as well. But yeah, so yeah, it looks like he's probably going to go to Chelsea. I can't lie. So yeah, that'll be a good player, man. Where he's going to play though? Obviously, you've got number 10s already, but he's a good player still. He's a very good player. Uh, Big up AJ every single time. Come on, Pat launched. And that, bro, is crazy, man. Pat's launched at Big Man United, bro. No, it's mad. It's mad. Javi Simmons appears to be next. Yeah, I've just seen that, bro. As they wanted too much money, apparently. Yeah, that's what I've seen as well. Apparently, his wages demands were more excessive than you wanted. Again, you're in a position where you want to try and keep it at a certain level, which is probably the best thing to do, to be fair. So again, if he's wanting to be one of your top earners straight away, it's going to mess up the morale and also the kind of wage structure you've already got going on, where players like Casado and Cole Palmer, they're not on 200, 300 grand a week, even though they're performing like they should be. So yeah, I can get it, man. I said Javi Simmons for who's Carlos. I said, Box, I don't have the capacity to war with you today. Nah, I hear it, bro. Not every day war, man. Not every day war. Sometimes you can have a chill one, innit? You get it? Just kick back and relax, man. It's too hot for that too. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will be back soon, man, on the war thing, innit? Chelsea, Godfrey, we like hybrid players for some reason. Yeah, true. Players that can play multiple positions. Nah, I didn't mean it like that. I just see Collins coming, man. My early predictions says Vidic, 1 Liverpool, 2 Arsenal, 3 Chelsea, 4 City, 5 Villa, 6 Spurs, 7 Brighton, 8 United, 9 Newcastle 9th. I don't know if it'll be that low, bro. But even the other ones are a bit mad. 10th Bournemouth, West Ham 11th, 12th Palace, 13th Everton, 14th Wolves, 15th Brentford, 16th Sunderland, Forest 17th. That's a massive drop. 18th Burnley, 19th Fulham, and 20th Leeds, bro. I think there's more chance of Brentford being in the bottom half than Fulham, if I'm being honest. I think they're pretty secure in their manager, and they know you know what they're going to bring to the table, really. Obviously, you can see Leeds, Burnley, and Sunderland because again, there's been a history of them promoting teams going straight back down. Forest again might be low because I don't know how they're going to navigate the Conference League and obviously playing their games in the Premier League. Are they going to treat the Conference League seriously, or are they going to play the reserves, or are they going to play their proper team in the Conference League and try and alternate it that way? I don't know. So they're very interested to see how they get on for sure. This is what I was laughing at, man. Don't worry about where he's going to play, G. I don't want to have to make a comp of you like I did that bomb Carragher. Nah, I'm just asking, innit? It wasn't even a thing of where they're going to play like Carragher was saying. Listen, he's a good player. If you can get him, then get him, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But again, we've seen obviously in the past where we've seen obviously Chelsea get players and then they don't really have a place in the squad, sorry, and then they end up obviously getting sold or whatever. So, but yeah, top player, man, top player. Man said, Carlos, you gassed out. Typical, slow down, too much hype. Chelsea are finishing second, Vidic. I'm here for it, says Boxed. I said, be happy I put your team in third, you bum. Big up, Vidic. Oh, Vidic makes me laugh every time, bro. I'm recharging blood. Big up yourself, Carlos. With the devil emoji. Chelsea got to be expected to win the league, no? You can't put pressure on me. Box chicken. Oh my god, this chat's funny, man. World champs and all of that. Come on, Box, man. Stick it on him, bro. Oh my god, too funny, fam. Too funny. But yeah, that's obviously Chelsea's obviously situation with obviously on about Javi Simmons. So Javi Simmons' price tag is less than 70 million euros. Arsenal and Chelsea are aware and interested. Again, obviously Fabrizio said Javi Simmons' deal expected to develop as soon as the play decision is made. Since May is clear. He wants to leave. 2 years left on his deal at Leipzig, and the price tag can be under 70 million euros now. Chelsea and Arsenal are aware, interested as revealed last week, while Bayern FC remain also keen. So a few players in there, but you'd expect Chelsea have shown the most interest compared to the other two, whatever reason that is, maybe because they're looking at other options or they need to sell players before they bring in. I know obviously Bayern still want to go after Luis Diaz. We're trying to get Gyökeres officially over the line, potentially looking at Eze as well. So yeah, it's expected that Mascara will travel to Singapore soon and join Arsenal's pre-season. I don't know why he's not there now, but obviously that's the players there in Singapore in the new obviously kit launch as well. But yeah, Arteta on more signings. I'm very pleased. There's a lot of parties and things that we have to bear in mind to get a player over the line. I'm very hopeful that we're going to do that very soon. Obviously, he's talking about Gyökeres in it. So yeah, I'm about signing more players. I said Jerry Simmons is good. Chelsea should copy him. Yeah, no, he's a good player, bro. Still only young. He's very seasoned as well, considering I think he's like 22, 23, but he's played for PSG, he's played for Leipzig. I'm sure he's played for PSV, I think it was, as well. So, yeah, man, he's played for a few players, man. Played for a few teams already at this young age in Europe, in the Champions League, in Europa League, and played for, obviously, the Netherlands as well at a major tournament. So, yeah, I'm sure he's going to be at the World Cup if they qualify for it in the Netherlands. And he's someone that can play in a plethora of positions as well. Can play the left, he can play the 10 as well. Can play out wide too. Very quick. Very good passer as well. So, definitely a good player, man, for sure. Definitely a good player for sure. So we'll have to wait and see if Chelsea have what it takes to obviously get it over the line, or want to get it over the line, or they go for someone else as well. But yeah, man. Man said proper number 10 should get Sesko while they're at it. On about, you know what? I see in Box Fresh that Sesko might be going to Manchester United. Apparently, he's one of the obviously options that they're looking at for a striker. Where I don't know, man. I kind of see him going to Man United. I'm not too sure. Maybe he's snookered himself. Maybe he should have just lowered his wage demands and stuff like that. I don't know if that's going to be the right place for him at this moment in time, innit? Because they're going to be expecting him to not be another Højlund and to score goals straight away. I think he's a good player, but I think he needs a team that there's not a lot of pressure on him to be the main guy to start off with. Then if he can develop into that, then it'll be a bit different, innit? It'll be a bit different for him. But yeah, obviously a bit of news about Ashley Young. He's close to joining Ipswich Town for Alex Crook. Watford were very keen to re-sign Ashley Young. Obviously, he used to play for Watford and even make him captain, but personal terms were an issue. Obviously, he wasn't getting paid enough. Still, fair play to Ashley Young, still going, still playing football. I think is he 41 or whatever? So yeah, crazy, man, crazy. Obviously, Ben Jacobs on about Arsenal and Chelsea both after Simmons as well. Looking like 65, 70 million euros going to be the fee. That's another Chelsea player out on loan to Strasbourg as well. There's a bit of news there. Bit more news about the Hugo Ekitike deal. He's been given permission to travel, set to arrive in England on tomorrow. Will join Liverpool on tour later this week in Asia. 69 plus £10 million package. Newcastle bid 70, but never agreed on add-ons. 6-year contract as well, man. So big deal there for Ekitike. And crazy, man. Also, some more news about Liverpool. Liverpool set to add another attacker if Luis Diaz is sold, with Bayern expected to make another bid. And Liverpool still want to add a centre-back. I think they're going to get Gay towards the end of the window for sure. The Luis Diaz is very, very interesting because potentially they could sell Luis Diaz and get Rodrigo. That is kind of the rumours out there. So we'll yet to see if that actually happens. Well, yeah, crazy words on about the TK deal again. I think that's about it, man. Obviously, that's Rashford's deal to Barcelona, €30 million option to buy with a loan. So he's at a solid, man. This was a bit of a random one. Evans Ferguson going to Roma on a loan for 40 million euro buy option, man. Very, very random. Very, very random. He's supposed to be the next guy. People say he's the next Alan Shearer as well. So, yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah, imagine Chelsea buying and selling the player in the same window next. Is that a rule for that? I think they can play. I think a player can play, a player can be registered for, I think, 3 clubs in the same window, I think 3 is the max. So potentially that's why you can buy a player and then loan him out to another club. Because obviously they would have been at the player that they would have been at the club that they obviously were at, the player that club that's been bought, and then the club that are going to get loaned to. So I think it is 3, man. Big up Box Fresh, big up Burn Brain. Ben Jacobs looks like Lee Gunner. Big up Kurt, man. Been saying it all the time. Sell Kai, then buy both Gyökeres and Sesko, and sell Jesus and yeah, I wouldn't be against that, bro. I would not be against that for sure. I think I wouldn't be against that, man. Just get them both in it. Freshen up the attack. Big up, bro. Big up yourself, brother. Luis Diaz is gone. Yeah, I think he is, man. I think they're kind of trying to hold out for more money. I think potentially maybe getting a 30. Sorry, at the time, I think they bidded 50 plus for Diaz. So I think they probably want maybe even like 25 to 30 more million more. If I'm being honest, man, maybe that 80 million benchmark is probably going to be what they're going to accept. Which again, you're making more money on him than you bought him for. They bought him for 50 million. To get like 70, 80 would be crazy. So yeah, man, it says who's paying Rashford's wages. I'm not too sure. I think Barca might be paying all of it. I think again, the deal was for the deal for Rashford is that they weren't going to pay the wages. They'll pay the wages if they don't have to pay a fee for him. That's why it's only a loan. So I think that was it. Man. To be honest with you. But yeah, even so, man, he's at a solid, bro. He's going to be on 325k a week playing for Barcelona in the Champions League, playing El Clasico as well in La Liga too. Sick. So yeah, man, and he's got 3 years left as well. So yeah, it's not even a thing where he's down to his final year or something like that. They agreed this deal in 2023, so it's a 5-year contract, man. So yeah, they have to they have to make sure they don't do that again. But actually, David Orsi did say, I've just found it here, and Barcelona is set to pay the whole of Marcus Rashford's salary as part of the proposal transfer from Manchester United, pending loan with an option to buy 100% of wage coverage. So they're paying the 325k a week, Barcelona, the whole team. So again, they've got the wages off the books for a year, but again, no transfer fee. But I guess that's probably I think that's saving them. I want to say if it's 325 a week, that's 1.2. So potentially at 13-14 million pounds for the year, for the whole year. So yeah, Rashford getting no game time at Barca. I think it's a good move all around. I think the only thing I say for Man United is that you kind of need to. I mean, we've seen it with Sancho. It wasn't even a guarantee with the obligation thing. But you kind of need to make sure he gets bought because, again, you're going to be in this position this time next year when he's got 2 years left and still on the same amount of money. So you got to hope he does well there so they can actually buy him. But in terms of him playing, you know what, Kurt? I think he might actually play some minutes, man. I think there was a lot of pressure on Lamine Yamal playing a lot of games, and he did get injured towards the start of the season. I do remember that, and obviously Lewandowski got injured towards the end. So I think potentially there could be a bit more rotation in certain La Liga games, maybe certain Champions League games where he just come on and play, just to rotate the squad a little bit. Not to say he's going to be a star because he's not better than any of the players I just mentioned, but I think potentially as a rotational guy, I think he might be getting a few games for sure. Because at the 8th, bro, we know you need a big squad, man, and the 8 Champions League games, the top of the La Liga games. It's a lot of games, bro. It's a lot of games, and to expect just your front three just to play them all, I think you are gonna have to rotate in some games where you can get away with. But yeah, listen, I'm intrigued to see how he does, man, because he might actually do pretty well there, considering it's a different league and it's not as physical as well. So there could be, and Barca play a high line as well. So it could be a thing where it's like if another team plays a high line, he's gonna be eating those balls over the top, those trademark runs from the left into the center that he normally does well for Man United. So yeah, it could be a different career move for him and a different league, which can reinvigorate his career. And also, there's a World Cup coming up. I keep forgetting there is a World Cup next year, man. So this could be a perfect opportunity for him to really solidify his place in that World Cup lineup. I said Barcelona are idiots. Says Kurt. James Trafford back to see. Yeah, man. What do you think of that deal, man? Obviously, again, apparently you're trying to get the deal down from the 40 million buyback clause that you've got to a bit cheaper. But yeah, getting a new keeper, man. Gonna be interesting. You know what? If he does well at City, bro, I think Pickford's time could be up. I'll be real. I think it could be up, bro, because a fresh new keeper, English, into the World Cup, etc. It could be a changing of the guard. Myself, Box, you know. I agree. Hell, get enough to keep him happy. Barca should have got. Bro, Nico didn't want to go, bro. Nico changed his mind or whatever and signed an 8-year deal. I think that was the plan, bro. I think Rashford was definitely not option number one. I think they were looking at Luis Diaz, but again, Barca don't really want to spend any kind of transfer fee unless it was Nico Williams, bro. And because he signed, I mean, he's another one. I was like, what is going on, bro? I know it's his boyhood club, but to sign an 8-year deal is crazy. It's crazy, man. Carlos Red Bull on. Are you okay, mate? James Trafford is only 22. Yeah, very young player, man. Very young player for sure. Very young player. So I feel like he definitely can transition into being a top keeper if he gets the right kind of goalkeeping kind of training and stuff like that. But I'll be very interested to see how he works out, man, for sure. Very interesting to see how he works out, man. But yeah, man, big up everyone that's tuned in, man. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well, man. But yeah, crazy. Been a good stream, man. Been a very good stream. Been a very, very, very good stream for sure. But yeah, 6.6 keeper also. Yeah, very good keeper, man. I rate him, man. I think he's good. He's very good at playing at the back as well. And I think he just needs probably that step up. I know he was going to go to Newcastle, But Newcastle's had some bad times in terms of transfers, man. The kind of guys that, because they were after Cunha as well, I remember. And Buemo was another one. And Trafford's another one. They just about got Alanga. Obviously, they wanted Ekitike and not got him either. Bro, they're like one in 6 or something crazy, man. So, yeah, very, very crazy, man. Very, very crazy, man. Well, big up everyone that's tuned in to the show. Been a very good show. I want to raid to my boy Dan Potts, which you go over there and say T-Chance on raid and all that good stuff. And I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. for another Tops in the Morning show, man. But big up everyone that's tuned in, man. It's been a sick show. And I'll catch you, man, later, man. Don't hate to play the game, like I always say. And yeah, Newcastle move like Arsenal in the windows. They've been terrible, man. Honestly, in terms of getting their targets, been really, really bad. Better shot stopper than Edison. Apparently so, man. So, but yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with that, man. We'll pick up everyone in the chat, man, in the building. And I'll catch you, man, on the flip side. Peace and love.